What's up, everyone? It's the Interview Queen Alicia Toot here, and be sure to watch True Heel Heat.
Welcome to True Heel Heat, the place where we use insider terms because we think we know what the fuck we're talking about, even though we don't. My name's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you, and you know it.
Alright, this is Danhausen here, very nice, very evil. You are watching True Heel Heat. Probably should have had MJF do this, but here we are.
What's up, guys? It's Wolverine Death Machine, Mr. GMSI himself, Brian Cage, and you're watching True Heel Heat. Who better? Nobody.
Rob Van Dam, listening to True Heel Heat. Pow.
Hey guys, it's the Rosa and welcome to True Heel Heat.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for Collision Discourse number 34, reviewing the June 22nd, 2024 edition of AEW Collision as only we can. And when I say we, I mean me. Your True Heel Phenom, SP3, the new media forbidden door, riding solo once again, unfortunately, because Solar Guy JJ is on his way back home, so he'll be joining us shortly here as we discuss the June 22nd, 2024, edition of AEW Collision, as only we can. But I appreciate y'all if you're joining us live. I appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. You can drop the thumbs up on the video. You can share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, if you're watching us on Facebook, you could drop a heart emoji, a like emoji, an angry emoji, however AEW Collision this week made you feel. Let us know with those emotes. If you're watching us on Twitter, drop the thumbs up or drop the heart emoji on the video. It helps us out, helps others like yourself see this content that we're doing over here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. Pretty much 7 days a week of great content that we got here for you, wrestling fans, and covering AEW Collision in all different types of ways. If you're short on time and you want to see a compact edition of our recap of AEW Collision, you could check out our short video that we dropped yesterday with our boy Chris G, who's now covering AEW Collision for our shorts, and I appreciate him for that. Shout out to Chris G, who's killing it with the shorts as of late here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. So we got a variety of ways you could check out our content here at the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. But let's get into AEW Collision from June 22nd, 2024. Most of all, though, watching us on Facebook, you're watching us on Twitter, you're watching us on YouTube, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys. That's the best thing about the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, is the opportunity to talk with all of you about what we are saying here, what we're discussing, our reviews, whatever shows we are talking about. We always love to hear from all of you. So the best way you could do that is by sounding off in the live chat and sharing your thoughts. And you can send a super chat donation. All those super chat donations go back to the contributors that you see on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. So we always love the support. Appreciate y'all for joining us here. If you're watching us on demand, you can also drop the thumbs up. That helps the YouTube algorithms, as they say, the algorithms, and we appreciate that as well. But AEW Collision from June 22nd, 2024 took place in Allentown, Pennsylvania. This was a taped edition of AEW Collision. So if anybody went to the live edition of AEW Collision, let me know if there was any big differences you saw. If you were there live in Allentown on Thursday night, did you see any differences from the taped edition that we watched on Saturday? You can let us know in the live chat as well, or if you're watching us on demand, in the comments section. But this was a edition of Collision that had some big matches, had a title match in the main event. You had a eliminator matchup as well. And we saw another match being added to the AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door pay-per-view coming up next Sunday as well. And this will be our final Collision Discourse before Forbidden Door. We won't do one for the Saturday edition that's going to drop next Saturday, because next Monday we will be here live. Stay tuned for that. We'll be here live. I believe it's going to be 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll have to change around our Power review over on the second channel. Check out that as well. Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4 reviews that we're doing over on the second channel, Sports and Entertainment. But AEW Collision from Allentown, Pennsylvania. This crowd was good in some matches, not so good in others. So I'll give it C minus in the grading scale as far as crowd, but I digress. Let's talk about it. The show kicked off with some six-man trios action, as we had the newest trio in AEW, Hook, Samoa Joe, and Kazuchika Shibata. I like to call them Pulp Fiction. If you've been seeing any of the backstage segments with Joe and Hook talking about, very much gives you Pulp Fiction vibes of the buddy cop going back and forth on different options. And this is what I like from the AEW Trios division. And that's really been picking up as of late on Collision. It feels like, the tag team titles are stationed on Dynamite with the Young Bucks usually featured there. And now the Trios division is more expanding here on Collision. And we kicked off with some Trios action. Samoa Joe, Kazuchika Shibata, and Samoa Joe, Kazuchika Shibata, and Hook, versus the premier athletes of Ari Daivari, Josh Woods, and Tony Nese, along with Smart Mark Sterling. I enjoyed this matchup because we got another instinct of Joe being a proud papa. You get Tony Nese going to the top rope. He tries to go for a moonsault, and Kazuchika Shibata takes a page out of Samoa Joe's handbook, and he basically walks away. He gives him the nope spot. And Joe, once again, like a proud dad, he says, look, that's the thing, giving us the Leonardo DiCaprio meme here. great stuff by Joe. Joe has just been awesome in his role as mentor to Kazuchika Shibata, teaching him the American ways, and Hook, the younger protege of Joe right now. Hook showing off his offense, the clubbering blows. In the end, though, it was Kazuchika Shibata who really ran wild at the end, taking out all three members of the Premier Athletes and finishing things off with a cross arm breaker on Tony Nese for them to pick up the victory here. These three just fit well with one another. I wish they were honestly going after the Trios Gold, because I think that's better for them than still feuding with the Learning Tree. I know they came together because of the Learning Tree and, Hook's rivalry with Chris Jericho that we've been seeing since Revolution. It's been going on, but I would have preferred them just focus on getting Trios Gold, because they're good. They're good to go right here, and they don't need to get stuck in the Jericho vortex that Hook has been stuck in since March. That's just my idea, but solid work by the guys. Not much of a matchup. It was pretty one-sided for the baby faces. Premier Athletes got a little bit of shine, but this was more about putting over Joe, Hook, and Shibata. Speaking of the Trios Gold, we heard from Bullet Club Gold, the Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson, along with Colton and Austin Gunn, and he's a little bit upset. Juice is complaining that AEW refuses to recognize Juice Robinson as 1/4 of the Trios champions, while they have the House of Black and Death Triangle, particularly Black, breathing down their necks for title matches, as well as the Patriarchy along with Christian Cage. They warned Pac to look out for Jay White in the Owen Hart Memorial Tournament because he'd hurt him. We do know that Jay White one-on-one with Ray Phoenix in the Owen Hart Memorial Tournament, and that match goes down on the June 26th edition of AEW Dynamite. Got to get my dates right in my head. I don't have this all written down, folks. But that's how we do here. We do got our first comment in the chat. Thanks for joining us, Frantic World, who says, "What's up, SB3 in chat? Joe did look like a proud dad watching Shibata do the walk-away move." And I'm pretty sure Shibata is around the same age, if not older, than Samoa Joe. So that's make him being the proud in this situation even more funny to me, that he's so happy to see his good brother, his son, his adopted son, but his son nonetheless getting the job done and making him proud with the note spot. So love it. I love when a plan comes together. Oh shit. What? Oh, okay. I was like, I thought I lost the plot here. I'm trying to send the link now to my good brother, Silver Guy JJ, because I forgot to send him the link because he told me he was going to be late and I forgot. But this is live TV, live YouTube channel. That's how I do it here. But yes, speaking of which, Joe, Hook, and Shibata, I did say they're stuck in this Jericho vortex, and we were about to get stuck in the Jericho vortex, as up next, it was Chris Jericho teaming up with Big Bill as the Learning Tree went up against Private Party. We've been seeing this build up ever since Chris Jericho had his march backstage and he was giving advice. He gave advice to Private Party that they need to make their parties more open to the public and become public party. And now they go up against Big Bill and Chris Jericho here. This was a lot more competitive than I thought it would be. We did get a great note by Tony Schiavone, who said that this is the first time that he's ever had a quote on a wrestler's trunks, as Big Bill has trunks that read "Too much man," a quote from Tony Schiavone across his tights. Another man's quote is on your ass, Big Bill. Big Bill is killing me on this. Bill dominated early on, starting the matchup with Mark Quinn. Cassidy tagged in and went after Jericho with a quick flurry of offense. They hit the silly string, the tornado DDT on Jericho for a near fall. After a commercial break, Quinn hit a high cross on Jericho to get the tag to Cassidy. Not before the Learning Tree dominated a bit and got to pose to the crowd, say, "Hi guys, thanks guys, appreciate you guys." After commercial break, Quinn hit the high cross on Jericho to get the hot tag to Cassidy, and Cassidy was running wild on both Jericho and Big Bill, getting a near fall with a sunset flip. Jericho went for a lion salt on Quinn, but Quinn got his knees up. He held Jericho in place for Cassidy to hit a dive to Bill on the floor, which was a great spot. Private Party hit a pair of top rope moves, including Jericho kicking out of a 450 splash. They learned how to climb the ropes, so I give them credit for that. Cassidy springboard into a big boot from Big Bill, but they were able to kick out of that one. Jericho caught Cassidy on a Hurricane Rana into the walls of Jericho, but Cassidy was able to get to the ropes. Big Bill tagged in, hit a double rotation black hole slam. He choke slammed Quinn onto Cassidy for another near fall. Private Party knocked Bill into Jericho on the top rope, allowing them to hit a modified gin and juice into a code breaker, which was a nice little touch that Zay added. Big Bill distracted the referee, which allowed Brian Keefe to hit Cassidy in the face with a pair of brass knuckles, and Chris Jericho was able to get the pinfall victory. The Learning Tree in the post-match jumped Private Party, laying the boost to them, which brought out Samoa Joe, Hook, and Kazuchika Shibata to make the save. Joe got on the mic afterwards and made a challenge for a trios matchup coming up at Forbidden Door. Joe, Hook, and Shibata versus the Learning Tree, Jericho, Big Bill, and Brian Keefe. Although at the end there, when they made the save, Shibata stomped on the arm of Brian Keefe, and the Doc Sampson was checking him on the outside. I don't know if that was to set up an injury angle where Brian Keefe will be replaced at Forbidden Door. I can see that to make it more of a Forbidden Door type matchup. The last 2 years at Forbidden Door, we've seen Jericho in trios matches with him and Sammy Guevara teaming up with Minoru Suzuki. I could see Minoru Suzuki taking the place of Brian Keefe to give it that New Japan AEW type vibes that we've been seeing from Jericho trios matches the last 2 years at Forbidden Door. So don't be surprised if Brian Keefe is replaced. I feel bad for Brian Keefe if he is replaced because, I would love for him to get the spot at Forbidden Door, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the play that they're going to make here, because that would be yet another AEW versus AEW match. And I've been seeing on social media a lot of people complaining, saying that this year has too many AEW versus AEW matches, but really all we have right now for sure is Swerve versus Will Ospreay. That is definitely an AEW versus AEW matchup. I'm not too sure what they're going to do with the TNT Championship ladder match. I don't know if you would consider Leo Rush an AEW guy quite yet. I know he's going to be a regular now, according to the report from Fightful Select, but I would consider him more of like New Japan adjacent. No, maybe New Japan adjacent, and he's in the TNT title match. I would like them to add, someone else from either New Japan or CMLL to the lineup for the TNT ladder match to at least give it more of a subjective kind of, this is not a complete AEW versus AEW matchup. It's not just the AEW talent that is in this matchup here. So I would like them to add someone from that New Japan or CMLL roster to the TNT Championship matchup to avoid that. But I do suspect for this matchup, for the trios match of Joe, Shibata, and Hook versus the Learning Tree, I suspect someone from New Japan is going to take the third spot over Brian Keefe, unfortunately for us BK fans. Next up, we had the AEW Continental Championship Eliminator matchup, as we had CMLL star Ultimo Guerrero versus Katsuyori Shibata. I legitimately said when I saw the graphic for this matchup, I think I said it on AE Ramble, I was like, well, it's kind of funny that Ultimo Guerrero has his mask in this graphic, because every time I've seen Ultimo Guerrero, especially for the last decade since he lost his mask in CMLL against Atlantis, he has wrestled without the mask. He makes his entrance with the mask and then he takes it off. So it was really weird, and I was wondering why he had the mask on here, but basically you're remasking him. It's like Rey Mysterio debuting in WWE with the mask after we saw him unmasked in WCW. But I understood by the end why they had did that. I don't know if it was the best call because it made a little bit of this match a little bit clunky because Ultimo Guerrero had a lot of issues with the mask. So I digress. The match started off well, though. You had Shivani. They started off slow, so Shivani got a chance to read off the credentials of the longtime main event star in CMLL, Guerrero. Guerrero clubbered on Okada in the corner before an attempt at a submission got Okada to the ropes. Guerrero fought off the net breaker out of the corner, but a second attempt scored for Okada. Both men went down with clotheslines as we went to commercial break. They fought on the outside for a bit after a baseball slide by Guerrero. Guerrero threw Okada back into the ring and got caught with a drop kick. Okada went for the mask on the outside, but Guerrero was able to fight out. He pulled him out of the corner to hit a big old power bomb for a near fall. Guerrero went for a reverse superplex off the top rope, but Okada basically clawed at the mask and his eyes to escape. Guerrero ducked a Rainmaker attempt, got a couple of near falls on some roll-ups, but he was still kind of shuffling around with the mask. But Okada was able to get his heat in the end by removing the mask right before he hit the Rainmaker for the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory here. And on the Rainmaker, Ultimo Guerrero's mask just pops off. He has to just pick up the mask and lay it on his face to hide his face during the pinfall cover. I thought Okada was good here, but like I said, the match was a bit clunky because Ultimo Guerrero is not used to wearing his mask for like the past decade. But I understood by the end, they wanted him to wear his mask to get heat on Okada with the finish. Understandable, but there was a whole bunch of issues, and Ultimo Guerrero did come out and say he didn't even show up at the building with a mask, and they had to scramble and make a mask for him. So that is why he had all those issues, because I don't know if that mask was even made for him. But to talk about this matchup, I am joined by my co-host, my usual co-host here, not sober, not drunk, just JJ is here. How are you doing?
How you doing, good brother SP3? How's your day going, man? You good?
It's going well, good brother. It's going well. How are you?
Wonderful. Man, Collision was surely an interesting show, man. I tell you. Surely was interesting. But yeah, you know, life is life.
You missed out on the me talking about the Jericho Big Bill versus Private Party, which everybody seemed like they were down on that matchup. I didn't mention that.
I'm honestly surprised that you're still not talking about it, as long as that match felt that it was going on. So
it did go on for a while.
It was not good. Sorry.
It's just overall it's sad because Private Party has been here 5 years and they feel like they haven't progressed at all.
Bro, they're so stagnant still. And the funny thing about this, and again, you could correct me if I'm wrong on this, when the fuck did Big Bill start acting like Jericho? Like the mannerisms.
He started doing it ever since he's joined the learning tree, which I think he does it better than Jericho sometimes. He's really good with it.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe I missed it. Excuse me. When they first started, I didn't see that with him. Then when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. I guess.
And the fact that he had that Tony Schiavone too much man comment on his ass.
Wild. And them tights was super small too, so it was just like, yeah, what are we doing? This is just all around pause worthy. So yeah.
We got Alex Powell in the chat who said Hechizero versus ZSJ cooked. Also, it's going to be 10 years since Styles versus Suzuki had their classic at the G1. I still got to go out of my way to watch that Hechizero versus Zack Sabre Jr. I watched I saw CMLL New Japan's Fantastica Mania, which was a really great show. Go out of your way to watch Mystico versus Hiromu Takahashi from that show. That was great. But I gotta go watch the Saturday show.
Yeah, I think you put.
Well, I didn't. No, I haven't yet.
Oh,
That's
for Dominion
this week. Okay. Oh yeah, Dominion was that one. Yeah. But yeah, I gotta go.
Sorry to cut you off. Yeah, sorry. One more thing about that learning tree nonsense. So who is the New Japan guy that's going to be teaming with them since they took out Brian Keith? Who do you think?
Well, the last 2 years at Forbidden Door, Jericho's teamed up with Minoru Suzuki.
Yeah.
So
that's why I was
'cause-
going there with it too.
No, because I saw everybody on. I was just talking about that. I saw everybody like online complaining, like, "Oh my god, another AEW versus AEW matchup." I was like, "Did y'all see the angle? They obviously are trying to write off Brian Keith with the way they did that." And it was like, this nigga's not gonna get a pay per view for him to payday. Fuck that nigga. We'll get
Even
a
though
jack.
even though I'm loving the, you gotta respect Chris Jericho. I love that.
No, my favorite line was on Dynamite when he told Private Party, he was like, "If you want to make on Hilo, you better respect Chris Jericho."
Yeah, he's doing it. He's doing it. It's so funny. It's one line thing, but it's so he does it so funny every week.
He's basically playing Angry Man from Martin. Remember Angry Man? That's what he's doing.
Oh god.
With the mannerisms of like Tracy Morgan. What did you think about Okada and Ultimo Guerrero?
It was see, this is my thing. I'm not gonna go dwell deep into this. I get what they're doing with Okada, showing more personality for him. But in my mind, again, this is maybe just my opinion, I feel like he should be saved for big matches, like pay-per-view matches, shit like that. Only because of who I think who I perceive Okada to be. Obviously he could keep doing the angles with the Elite, the funny shit he's doing right now. Shit, even do trios matches with them. But I feel like when he has one-on-one matches, in my opinion, I feel like they should always mean something. Like he fucking Ultimo Guerrero, like on Collision, a take episode of Collision. It's like, no, it's not. That's Okada, man.
I feel you on that. I do feel you on that because I like I said, I thought the match was good until Guerrero clearly had issues with this match.
Yeah.
Like he didn't even need to go on his Facebook and explain that this match was not his. It was quite obvious watching the matchup.
Right, and maybe they called an audible like, "Hey, knock fuck this mask, knock this mask off my face to end this match."
And then just lay it on my face.
Right,
yeah. Oh man, we got Alex Powell who says Mr. Omar from Everybody Hates Chris has more aura than Solo Sikoa. Tragic. Why is everybody shitting on poor Solo?
Why is everybody saying aura now? Stop! Oh my god, yeah. Shit just gets ran to the ground every time. Y'all don't know what aura is for the fact that everybody uses that word aura. I'm tired of hearing that word. Everything, somebody comes out in a cool song, aura. Somebody could do the cool, that's aura. No, it's not. If you have aura, you ain't gotta talk about having aura. You just have that aura.
Yeah. Nah, but I do agree with your point about Okada needs to be working more of the major matches. I like the way he was booked pre Double or Nothing, where he was like, he had the big matchup with Pac at Dynasty. He was not having singles matches. He was just used as a TV character because he excels at that. He's great as this heel who's just who's calling everybody bitch and just being a jerk, being hilarious. I think that he excels at that. And if he is going to have a singles matchup, I feel like it probably should be on Dynamite, not Collision.
100%,
especially if it's a limit.
And it's a tape episode. Come on, man. It's Okada. Don't do that to him. I know y'all give him a big check and y'all feel like y'all can do what y'all want, but come on now. Don't respect that man.
Yeah, and it looks like he's not going to be on Forbidden Door, which I think is a mistake.
But I kind of had a feeling that he wasn't, only because of his exit from New Japan.
Yeah.
And I felt like they couldn't come to an agreement, and I'm sure he probably still has some issues with them. He's like, oh, I'm not fucking working this show.
Dude didn't want a job to anyone. Right. I thought he would at least job to Tanahashi in that last match with Tanahashi. He was like, nope. I'm about to get this big payday. I can't be job to 50-year-old Tanahashi.
So yeah, I'm kind of surprised that he's not working. Shit, I don't even, for real, the way it's being booked, I don't even think the Elite is working. Well, the Young Bucks, excuse me, because Perry is in the ladder match. It doesn't even look like the Bucks.
Unless they do something, they should do, like, I'll give them an idea. We know Tony Khan watches the channel. Thanks, Tony, for the support. Do the Acclaimed and Hiroshi Tanahashi
God
versus
damn.
Okada and the Young Bucks.
I'd rather the Bucks not have a match then. It's fine. I'd rather the Bucks not have a match. I'll be all right. I've seen them enough in my life. Shout out to Young Bucks. Mad at Nick.
Come on, that works still. Tanahashi is Okada's greatest rival. Come on.
I am okay.
So you're turning this down because of the Acclaim's inclusion.
Oh, 100%. Sure. As soon as you open, and then you got him teaming up with slow ass Tanahashi. No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I am okay, buddy.
He's like, nope. Take the pen away.
Yeah.
Take the pencil away. No, I'm not with it.
We
got our fellow Sickle in the chat, Power Driver finisher. Shout out to
Power
you.
Driver? Didn't the Bucks beat them on Wednesday, right? Anyway, in the eliminator match.
No,
right?
Acclaim one.
Oh, what the? Oh, well, I didn't watch the whole rest of the show, so I swore the Bucks won, but clearly they didn't. Great, so never got to deal with more of this. Oh God! All right.
Don't worry, a lot of people didn't watch a Wednesday show. So.
Yeah, because we had to celebrate Juneteenth with our niggas. So.
We had to be outside with the niggas, and then we had to be home at 9, not to watch the last hour of AEW Dynamite. We had to watch Pop Out with Kendrick Lamar and his friends.
100%.
Yes, understandable. We also got in the chat here, Frantic World. It says WWE fans will use a word till it's not cool anymore, but I don't see a lot of them using FAN from Not Like Us. Interesting.
Well, shit, that would fit WWE to a T, all you nut huggers who are very offended by by all people shitting on WWE these days. It's okay. It's wrestling out there for everybody, man. It's okay.
Let me not laugh. I don't want anybody to be not surprised.
The light skin come out. the Drake will come out.
Oh, Annika said, y'all live. Okay. What's up, Annika? Good to see you in the chat. We got Alex Powell in the chat who says, Acclaim versus Bucks is definitely happening at Chicago Dynamite. I forgot that. Yeah, that's the one after Forbidden Door is that first week of July.
Yeah, Wintrust.
Yeah. Wintrust Arena.
They'll be at the other arenas in Chicago for All Out Week.
Man. We better tell Stag King he should go to that one because not for Acclaim then Bucks, but I think that's going to be the show for Pac versus Bryan Danielson. In the Owen.
For the Owen. I mean in the Owen.
Yeah, because I suspect Bryan's going to beat Shingo at Forbidden Door, and they're gonna have to do the semifinals that week. Like they'll probably do one semifinal on Dynamite and the other on Collision, or put both on Dynamite.
Shingo's definitely going back to Japan after Forbidden Door, so he's out. He's still in the States. He's chilling right now with Tozawa. They've been training, doing karate and all that nonsense. Not being racist. That's what they're doing.
But that's what's up. That's what's up because he don't have to go back to Japan until the second week of July for the G1. Yeah. Next we had Top Flight was backstage with Action Andretti, Lexi Nair interviewing them, asking Dante about the TNT Championship ladder match. Dante reminded everyone that he broke his leg in the last ladder match he was in. He had he had to be a little crazy to get in another ladder match, but it will take being a little crazy to get the TNT Championship. We think the interview is over at this point when Lio Rush steps in, who earned his spot on Rampage. Action Andretti says good job on the win, even though he dropped that matchup to him. And then Leo asks Darius, are they okay now? Darius doesn't really answer. And then he tells Dante that he had his back last week, but he wants him to know that he wants the TNT Championship just like Dante, and they will find out who's the better man in the ladder match. They had a tense stare down. These two guys are going to probably be the highlight of that ladder match.
Oh, of course.
Like looking at the field, it's them and Takeshita Mark Briscoe's going to do something crazy, isn't he?
Oh, of course, absolutely. Ladder War, man. To take it back to the Ring of Honor days. It's so funny. I was watching this segment. I was like, damn, Lio Rush changes his hairstyle as much as he changes his wrestling career. One minute he want to retire, one minute he back. One minute got knots in his head, next he got a Caesar, then it's a different color. I'm like, damn, I mean, that's one indecisive motherfucker.
I said on this week's True Hill Heat when we were talking about him, the Fightful report that he's going to be a regular in AEW. He went to Tony and was like, "Oh, y'all got a nigga as world champion? I'll come back."
Right. He's like, Swerve is champ. That means I might have a chance of losing to him. I might have a chance.
I could win a match now. Oh shit! Oh, Tony like the niggas. Tony.
I mean,
Tony
to be honest, though.
Tony trying to get the same ticket Cody got to the cookout.
Right. That could be a collision match. Swerve and Leo for the title. Like that could be, I don't see them being on Dynamite. They're trying to, get Raiders again. So definitely could be a collision match for sure.
Because Swerve got to get his first time ever 2 black guys fighting for the AEW World title.
100%. Yes. Shit. If they knew how to use fucking Scorpio style, I would have been a great opponent for a guy like Swerve. He just complained on social media about sitting and catering because he quoted he put Bret Hart's quotation what Bret Hart said at the Who Killed WCW segment when he was talking about how he was sitting backstage and they brought him in and they didn't have nothing to do with him, and he was like and then he put the face. I'm like, damn, Tony can't keep anybody happy.
Nope.
Can't keep nobody happy.
Can't keep everybody happy. Nope. Not the way this works. Good shout by Alex Powell, who says Statlander versus Willow would also happen to most likely at that Chicago taping. So yeah, that's a good one to go to. One Mike Nation saying the way this is going seems like Leo is sticking around a little after Forbidden Door. Yeah, I think that they're going to continue the story with Top Flight with Leo after Forbidden Door. What do you think?
Oh yeah. This ain't going nowhere. And I already know, like I said, I still feel that Andretti is going to tear it on Top Flight and join up with Leo. I just feel like that's going to happen.
I think he joins up with Shane Taylor Promotions.
It could be, but if you've watched their promos, you've been seeing that like Andretti and him been having like a little more like what he said to Andretti. Andretti said to him this week, like good stuff, man. Like like not kissing his ass, but like giving him his props. Like so, I just feel like that probably might be the like him acting like he's trying to get in on the good side with them, and then Andretti turn. Or then again, what you just said too, them joining STP. That'd be cool too.
Yeah, I feel like Leo can play a good heel against those guys as well. So yeah, that makes sense. We got here in the chat. Oh, that's a good shout too. Alex Powell saying Leo versus Ospreay for the international title. Sign me up for that. I'd be down for that for sure. We get a video package of the Patriarchy's focus on the trios titles from last week and their attack on Buddy Matthews. And then we get the Patriarchy teaming up to face the Iron Savages and Jack Jameson. This is basically 2-on-1 for most of this matchup, as Christian and Mother Wayne sat at the commentary table with Nigel McGuinness, who gave up his chair for Mama Wayne because Nigel is a gentleman. Shout outs to Nigel. No, don't you dare talk about you're being a fucking clam baby.
Words and opinions of Sober Guy JJ do not necessarily reflect those of True Hill Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
How the hell you called me a clam digger and then give me a warning? I didn't even say nothing crazy.
You called Nigel a simp.
Simp McGuinness. There's nothing wrong with it. Damn.
Don't you dare talk about Nigel like that. That's a gentleman. That's a gentleman. It's a gentleman to give up your chair for a woman, sir.
That fat ass, he probably sniffed to see after she got up.
You talking about her real fat ass or the fat ass that they put on her on the t-shirt?
The AI artificial. The AI.
The BBL GZ.
Right.
BBL GZ.
Artificial cheeks. It's crazy.
Well, we got Kill Switch and Nick Wayne basically dominating Iron Savages and Jack Jameson here. Kill Switch hits a choke slam. Nick Wayne hits the Wayne's World, and then Christian finally gets up from his seat at the commentary table to come in. He has both men pick up, I believe this was Bear Bronson, and he delivers the Kill Switch, the move, not the wrestler, to Bear Bronson to pick up the victory as the Patriarchy get their first win on their march to the Trios Championships. Any thoughts?
Whatever. I'm cool off Titty City.
I don't understand why they're on Collision. I think that they fit well on ROH because they're still
100%
developing. I don't. Yeah.
And how you trying to get them over when they're heels and you got them facing basically one of the top heels in the fucking like what? Does that make any sense?
I was like, I would have sworn the last time they were on Collision they were heels. So
yeah, very much. They cut a heel promo. They got beat up by a heel in Kill Switch, which was so dumb. And like they get fed to heels. It's not like what sense does that make? I've never seen a heel squash match, like a heel on heel squash match. Like what? Who was it benefiting?
Oh man, no. Power driver finisher. He speaks the truth about Bryan Danielson. He's not shitting on Bryan Danielson. Stop. And happy birthday to your mom, Chris. So let us know on the Forbidden Door review that we do next week. If you could join us for that. We'll wish her happy birthday on her day. We got Frantic World who says Nigel McGuinness has respect for Nick Wayne's mom and Christian letting his kids do all the work. See, man, sometimes you got to be a dad and you got to watch your kids mow the lawn. That's what Christian was doing.
Just be a good dad, guys. You don't want to go to court for child support. Don't let that happen to you. Just be all you can be. Make sure you're nutting the right woman. It's hard these days. I understand, but just be the best dad you can be, so you don't get random letters in the mail, and acting like you're a deadbeat, even though you talk to your kid every week and pay his daycare and buy him sneakers and get his hair, make sure his hair is done, and just make sure you nutting the right person. That's Jaquan's life advice. I think I might do life advice every random episode. It's life advice, I'm out here trying to save you guys, man. It's because we gotta stick together. Just have one baby mom.
Words and opinions of Sober Guy JJ do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Or you can be like my good brother SP3, just have one baby mom and not have to deal with none of this shit. You just dump in one, not in just dump in one, not in some.
Jesus Christ, Jesus.
Words and opinions of Sober Guy JJ do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
All right, my TED Talk is on my bad.
We appreciate your TED Talk. We appreciate your time, sir. And remember, guys, send those super chat donations to help out with child support. Oh
man, you need a warning for that one. Jesus Christ. Actually, don't send them because I don't want them to think I make more than I do. And then that's a whole other story. That's a whole other box of worms that would open.
No, they don't know. They don't know the percentage YouTube takes. Split it in half. They don't know. They don't know all the math. That's under the table. Power says, I think they're over on ROH. Yeah, they get good heel heat on ROH. I review ROH over on the Fightful channel. I watch it every week, or I'm forced to watch it every week to make my money. But yes. But yeah, they're over as heels in ROH for the most part, but ROH rarely gets a crowd reaction because they stupidly film it after Collision, which I really think they should film it before Collision.
You know what's crazy? Yeah, like that should be you want to catch the crowd still while they're hyped. You don't come on, after a whole episode of AEW, then they gotta watch people. Let's be serious. I mean, it's the same company, but like these people, everybody who's at the shows is watching Ring of Honor. Yeah. I don't watch Ring of Honor, and I very much watch a lot of AEW. So it's you don't know, and if you want to keep people interested, you got to do that before.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And yes, one Mike Nation, that was the lesson. Be a SP3, not a Nick Cannon.
Yeah, I'm far from that. Listen, this is it. I'm like Nick Cannon in training at this point. Then shit.
He's like,
Yeah, watch
All
what
done.
that. All done. I gotta chop off my own penis at this point. I am finished, okay? choppy my own pee.
Practice my pull-out game.
Oh my god, get like a basket and see if you can aim in it.
Every time this man has a date, he got $80 packed away for a plan.
Yo,
A plan of a
seriously,
different
right?
letter.
Oh man. All right, new hoe. I gotta make sure I keep 80 in that savings, you know. Gotta keep for a rainy day.
We got a video package recapping Mercedes Moné surprise appearance in Arena Mexico in CMLL.
Sorry, good brother.
Words and opinions of Sober Guy JJ do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Mercedes Moné's surprise appearance in CMLL at the Fantastica Mania show on Friday to confront her Forbidden Door opponent Stephanie Vicaire. The two got into a little scrap with Vicaire headbutting the shit out of Mercedes after she slapped her, and then Mercedes holding both titles high and then tossing the NJPW Strong Women's Championship across. I love stuff like this. I love when we see AEW crossing over to New Japan. Love seeing them over there in CMLL. We've been seeing a lot of AEW talent over in Arena Mexico, and they love it over there. And Mercedes, after this appearance, said that she's going to make sure she's going to wrestle in Arena Mexico before the end of the year. What did you think about Mercedes showing up over there on Friday?
Lord have mercy, she looks so fucking good. God. Nicki Minaj inspired gear. I mean, hopefully she wrestles in that gear. I would love to wrestle her in that gear. I knew she would show up though because of her missing Dynamite, and like she kind of like teased it on her social media. I'm like, oh, she's definitely showing up at CML. Like, I just knew that was happening, and then obviously she did. So a nice reaction, of course, is Mercedes on there. Like, it's a CEO. It's not really a surprise. She looks like she got it. Only a week removed. Like she got in better shape. Like her abs were poking through the gear. I was like, damn, girl. So I can't wait for that match. I haven't seen her wrestle live since I can't even remember. So I am very Jurgens on deck for Sunday, buddy. I cannot wait. I am so excited to see her live again. The last time I think I saw her wrestle WrestleMania 30. Well, the last one she was at WWE. The one at
So was it 37 or 38? 38, yeah.
38, yeah, 38.
Yeah.
That's the last time. That's going on 3 years now. So it's going to be great to see her in her kind of environment because the style she loves to wrestle. It should be a dope match. Yeah, I was so mesmerized by that gear, man. I don't know how many times I didn't watch that video. I love Mercedes, man. She's gonna kill it. She's gonna kill it on Sunday. I'm done.
Yeah, if you saw the match at Resurgence last year with her and Stephanie Vicaire, that was the match that kind of put Stephanie Vicaire on the map. So
and she's
she's
gonna better. So that's the crazy part. So
yeah, she's gonna be motivated for that one too. So speaking of the women's division, though, the AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Toni Storm, was in action as she went up against, she teamed up with Mariah May to face the team of Lady Frost and Layla Hirsch here. This one was a real good showcase, I thought, for Lady Frost. Like, Layla Hirsch was all right here, but Lady Frost was the one that really impressed me. She hitting like the cartwheel senton in the corner, which I had never seen before. I'd never seen anybody do that. And then the frostbite off the top rope, like was showed here, that was beautiful as well. Timeless Toni Storm trying to protect Mariah May and taking the frostbite for her, which allowed Mariah May to recover very quickly. They hit dual German suplexes on Frost and Hirsch, then dual hip attacks, and then Timeless Toni Storm hits the Storm Zero on Layla Hirsch with Mariah May picking up the pinfall victory for the win here. These two just work really well together. I love the dual offense that they're doing here, and it's building up very well for Mariah May, who I believe is the favorite to win the Owen Hart Cup and really come to a head where we're going to get mentor versus protege in the UK at All In. So I'm looking forward to that one. What did you think of this tag team matchup here?
Fun tag team match. You said Lady Force definitely got a better showing. I guess I haven't seen Layla Hirsch in Lord knows how long. So I mean, she was just there to be honest, but definitely more attention. I mean, I won't say tension, but more added to the story for Mariah and Tony because I definitely think Mariah is turning on her very soon. Even after I think she wins the cup and then turns on her, leading into All In. That's the money match. I mean, they've Wembley being the big stage, a big show, them both being, from that area. They've been building to this match damn near for months now. When Mariah made her debut for AEW, so this is literally the only way they should go for Wembley. Like it really, this really should be no other way for going into a big show with a match that y'all been building for forever now.
Yeah, since Mariah May, started in AEW back last November, it's been building to this, and this is like probably going to be if it turns out that is Mariah May, that's probably like the longest buildup we've seen to a women's title matchup ever in AEW. Like 10 months of a story building up to that. That's quality stuff. Like I've been saying it in multiple platforms. I said it on the Wrestling's podcast that I was on last week. I'll say it here. Mariah May and Timeless Toni Storm is the best story ongoing in AEW right now. But I mean, Swerve and Ospreay have been making that argument a little bit more of a debate as of late because they've been cooking on the way.
Judging from the Dynamite promo, it kind of sucks in a sense that I won't say this is a one-off, but I don't feel like this will continue after Forbidden Door. I feel like they'll go in different directions. Obviously, with them both being champions. Ospreay might win and he might beat both belts. But that's what sucks about this story. Like I would love for that to continue. I mean, hey, might get a blow-off match, or maybe they continue leading up to All In. I don't see that because obviously I feel like they're going to go a different direction. Obviously with the world title, and again, Ospreay has a lot of dream matches brewing for Wembley. So I would love for them to continue this very much soon down the line after Forbidden Door, if that is the case.
Yeah, and that's why I really like what they did on Dynamite with him having that stare down with MJF because, I mean, if that's the matchup they're going to do at All In for the international title, I think that's a mistake. I agree with Jimmy Macaram's. Jimmy Macaram's critique of it was, imagine if they had Austin versus Rock battling for the Intercontinental title in 2000. Would that make sense? No, it would not. Austin and Rock should be fighting for the world title. But that's why I like them doing the tease when they did it 2 weeks before Forbidden Door, because it's more realistic for Ospreay versus MJF to be for the world title. Therefore, they're making the matchup at Forbidden Door more unpredictable because a lot of people would assume Swerve is going to retain because he just won the title 2 months ago. But if you're setting up Ospreay for MJF, it's more realistic to think MJF is going to be going after the world title than the international title.
That's
we also got in the chat here, Frantic World saying, I enjoyed this women's tag match. It was good stuff. Like I said, Lady Frost was the one that looked the best for me. But moving on to more women talking. We got a talking segment with Serena D. As she says she started the year on a hot streak, but then suffered 3 of the toughest losses of her career, starting at Double or Nothing when she lost to Timeless Toni Storm, and then she lost to Mina Shirakawa, and then on Rampage she lost to Willow Nightingale in the Owen Hart Cup. She says that she will fight to turn the tide, and she is challenging anyone to come to Buffalo next week for Collision to face her. Who do you think is going to accept this challenge?
Buffalo. I don't know. I'm trying to think who's been missing in action.
Yeah. I kind of think maybe they give her I don't know. Maybe I think they should give her someone that she can beat. So I feel like Serena Deeb should have like some type of role moving forward. I think she's been, delivering good matches on TV. The match with Shirakawa was good. The match with Willow Nightingale in the Owen Hart Cup was good. She had a good performance at Double or Nothing. Maybe you give her someone like a Layla Hirsch, someone from like the ROH kind of verse, like a Diamante, to step up to her so she could just beat her.
People have been used on TV. It would make the most sense. I was thinking of Bunny because she's from Buffalo, but I don't think she's resigned or coming back. So
Probably not.
yeah.
Where's Penelope Ford? Is Penelope Ford still injured?
Damn, she did get injured in that match. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, maybe somebody on the roster. I don't see this being a big moment for Dynamite. It could be wrong, but I don't see it.
We gotta see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. We got also in the chat, Frantic World, who says, please let it be Camille or someone from Stardom. I wouldn't mind someone from Stardom, like an Azumi or somebody.
Go towards Forbidden Door, right? Yeah. Building right towards Forbidden Door the week of. It wouldn't be.
Why not? Next, we had a quick squash match. It was House of Black, following up from last week's main event. I'm picking up the win against the AEW Unified Trios champions, the Bang Bang Gang. This time is Brody King and Malachi Black versus LSG and MSG. No Madison Square Garden, though, as this was a swift death for the local talent. House of Black hitting some big double team moves. Knee to the face and a forearm to the back. Look at that knee on this guy's chin.
Brutal.
And then they finish things off with Dante's Inferno to pick up the victory here. House of Black looking strong. And then post-match, we get Allentown's own Ian Riccaboni, one half of the ROH commentary team. He comes out to ask how it felt to be out there without the injured Buddy Matthews. And Malachi Black responds by telling Ian, what a human question. then Brody King says that revenge was never a straight line and they felt nothing.
Okay.
So are they saying they don't give a fuck about Buddy?
That's basically what it sounded like.
That's all I took it. I was like, damn.
Well, to be fair, they are the House of Black, so they probably have black hearts.
See what you did there.
Give me a second, because that was so corny, but I don't know why I laughed. Anyway, it plays into the character. I mean, obviously, for the greater good, I assume. But I feel bad for them because let's be serious. With the House of Black and Malachi, it's like they give them a little bit of opportunity, and then they just say fuck it. So I felt like now with this situation, even though they did win last week without Buddy, I felt like this is one of those situations now that's like, fuck it. We're just going to do the patriarchy shit and I guess see where it goes from there. I guess they end up facing the patriarchy after Buddy comes back from injury. So I don't...
Fingers crossed. We'll see how that works out. So you think the patriarchy will... when do you think the patriarchy gets their shot at the Trios Championships?
They have, let me see, we got Forbidden Door on Sunday. Then we move into July, the show in Chicago, probably around Blood and Guts.
Yeah, I was like, they got 2 big shows. We got 3 big shows in July with the show in Chicago. Mm-hmm. Then the 10th is in Calgary with the Owen Hart final. And then there's Blood and Guts.
Probably Canada. Probably Canada for Christian. Yeah.
You're right. They want to make that show probably big. So yeah, had that
Christian always
well.
has. Yeah, Christian has had a big match in Canada since he's been with AEW. So it probably would make the most. It's probably gonna make the most sense.
Yeah. You could interpret it that way as well. Frantic World saying Black and Brody said, "We don't want to talk. We want to fight." And then One Mike Nation, yes, that was confirmed over the last week. We were kind of speculating on it last week with what happened with the post-match angle. He says, isn't Buddy's injury kayfabe? I read he took time off to be with Rhea. Yeah, Fightful Select confirmed that Buddy's injury was a work because he has like a family event in Australia with Rhea Ripley. I said he went to take time off to clap them cheeks with Rhea, man, while she's off.
We're about to have another extended vacation to keep playing around.
Imagine. Oh, man. We got Christopher Kidd. Christopher Kidd saying House of Black recruits Luchasaurus. He would fit with his new look. With House of Black.
He would fit, but damn. He would have took about a turn. That would be crazy. Like, that would be like, damn. Like in all reality, I mean, obviously it's wrestling. It's almost, I don't want to compare it to the Wyatt stuff. But this would be like one of those issues, like, how the fuck do you beat them?
Yeah.
Brody King and Luchasaurus on a team together with Malachi And then Buddy comes. Oh no, stop it.
With Balakai kind of being the speedster of the group with those two. That'd be interesting. We got next Hechicero, CMLL star with Bishop Khan and Toy Leona in his corner versus Daddy Magic, Matt Menard. I did not know Daddy Magic had his own theme song and video wall. That was like my big note that I got. Hechicero caught Menard on a leapfrog and dropped this motherfucker right on his head. Like, I was like, that you can't fake that. He followed up with a rising knee in the corner and a back body drop. Menard avoided another rising knee strike. He hit the 10 punches in the corner and hit a diamond cutter for a near fall. Hechicero then came back with a choke over the ropes and a twisting dive into the ring. Hechicero then caught him with the twisting leg drop and then did some type of like Rings of Saturn armbar, the same one that he put on MJF on Dynamite to pick up the tap out victory. This is really going to be a test for MJF. I know a lot of people are down on this matchup because 100% this feels like a random ass match.
What? Not even. Of course. And if they knew this was going to be this way, then they should have built towards it. Like, you had time. Like, didn't have to be. You were talking about Hechicero like a couple weeks ago. How he had that showing. Forget which match who he had against. I'm drawing a blank about it right now. But that should have been a time to build towards that. Like, the same way y'all interjected Roosh into that shit with MJF, that could have been Hechicero if that was going this route.
Yeah, they should have built to it a lot better than they did. Basically, the story is that MJF talked shit about the Elite and their management, and now they're sending Hechicero after him.
Right, which is so dumb. Because he literally came out and said, when he was talking about Forbidden Door, that he was going to fight a New Japan jabroni. He's not a New Japan jabroni.
No, he did. He did specify in that promo. He said New Japan or CMLL jabroni.
I thought I just heard the New Japan part, but. Yeah, this. I mean, I'm assuming this starts to show off to get the crowd crazy because it's in Long Island. Whatever. Basically a throwaway match. Obviously, MJF is going to be moving on to bigger and better things. I like Hechicero, but we kind of know who's going to win this. Well, not kind of. Yeah. We know who's going to win this.
But it's very interesting that they're kind of showing different sides of MJF with the people he's going against, because he was more of like a brawler against Roosh in the build-up to that matchup and the match itself. And this one is going to be more of MJF showing off his technical ability against someone like Hechicero. So I get that point of view from MJF kind of showing different versions of himself, but yeah, they could have built to it a little bit. Just a little.
Not to say, hey, this is, and then he's from Long Island. This is what you give him. He just returned. If he just returned to the freaking Big Papa in Vegas, the next pay-per-view in his hometown, you just throw this at him. Pause.
I think it was Big Man Dogs. He said in the chat, either on A Ramble or True Hill Heat this week. He was like, if you had told me MJF's going to return and his feuds are Roosh and then a pay-per-view, his first pay-per-view match back is with Hechicero, I would have thought that it was like Eric Bischoff or Jim Cornette grifting. But this is actually reality.
It's reality. And this is one of those things that I feel like this is almost it's almost like the Cody situation where they just had him do anything only because they know the big payoff, what it's going to lead to in the long run for them in a big payoff. They needed MJF back, obviously, and they obviously probably know where they're going with him past Forbidden Door into obviously the next big pay-per-view, which is All In after Forbidden Door. So, which this is like, whatever. Here, just have this match in front of your hometown. Get it over with.
I just really, really need them to come up with a reason why MJF is not in the Owen Hart Cup.
Yeah.
Because that makes no sense to me. That's the big omission from me that I'm like, MJF should have been in the Owen Hart Cup.
But honestly, though, the way obviously MJF talks about his contract, I feel like he's going to hit us with when I re-signed my contract, one of the stipulations was I get a world title shot, blah, blah, blah. Because how do you lead exactly with the tournament being the big thing to face the champion at All In? What does he do?
True. That is true. But saying all of that, like I said it on Twitter when the announcement of the bracket came. I was like, Jeff Jarrett being in the tournament and no MJF feels like a bad move. Because, I'm not saying that I understood immediately when Jeff Jarrett was in the Owen Hart Cup, why he was in the Owen Hart Cup. He's the last tag team partner of Owen Hart, one of his best friends. But when you don't have the two former world champions, both in Joe and MJF in the tournament, it's like you could have put Jeff Jarrett in the tournament last year when it wasn't for a world title shot. But saying all of that, outside of the main event, this was the best part of the show. Jeff Jarrett's video package talking about the Owen Hart Cup. He talks candidly and emotionally about his memories of Owen Hart being his tag team partner, getting to know his family and his kids, getting to know Owen so much and being proud of the man that he was. He said that the Owen Hart Memorial Tournament meant more to him than anything in his career, and it meant the world to him to get the chance to win the tournament in Owen's hometown. This was a fantastic video package because we saw more of an earnest and genuine emotion from Jeff Jarrett, him tearing up, getting real emotional, and it just makes all the sense in the world. It gave his entry into this Owen Hart Cup a real emotional hook, and I saw so many people on social media, and I did get that feeling like, I would not mind if he got far in the tournament. I wouldn't mind if he was facing someone that wasn't the wild card, who I think the wild card is going to be. And I just said it on True Hill Heat this week. I think it's going to be Hangman. If it wasn't against Hangman or against whoever the wild card is, I would say at least get Jarrett to the finals after this promo, because this was great. And go out of your way to watch the 9-minute version because it's even better. It's even better. What did you think?
It's crazy you said that because I did not think about Hangman. What I thought with the wild card situation, only because he played up so much to the Owen story, that we're gonna get a special, like the wild card is gonna be somebody also who knew Owen well. That's what I thought. Coming out of the whole, once I saw the promo and then I saw that he was facing a wild card person, I felt like it's gonna be like somebody who knew Owen well as well that's still wrestling. I thought Dustin Rhodes. I pray to God. I was like, oh God, I don't think they're gonna go that route again when he just lost the ladder match opportunity. If it is Hangman, that's good. That's dope. But yeah, I don't buy Jeff Jarrett lasting longer in the tournament at all. And then I was like, yeah, this is the last time I ever felt a Jeff Jarrett promo like this was when he was facing feuding with Angle and TNA. That was like one of the last. I was like, damn, that's the last time I felt like this was like when he was feuding after literally the whole shit going on with Karen Jarrett. So that was like the last time. But yeah, this is a great promo. I'm not get off the rails. Great promo, great setup. Actually, making it feel like Jeff Jarrett has a chance when in reality I don't think he has any chance. So good shit, Jeff. Good shit. That was definitely a highlight for me for Collision. That hit me right in the field.
It did. Annika says, how dare this dude give a meaningful promo when all of us don't want his butt in the tournament? I know, right? They're gonna make the person we all was just like, what? And give him the best promo of anybody ahead of this tournament. Christopher Kidd says this promo was to make Double J the baby face so Hangman can return the heel. Good point. Good shout right there. That is a good point. That is actually
because he definitely did leave. The way Hangman left, he was basically on the verge of being a heel. So
there was like a whole Twitter discussion about that. People think that he's a babyface. They're like, oh, the Young Bucks are heels, and they suspended him. They suspended him because he assaulted referees, and then he tapped out to make sure the babyface Swerve would not win the world title.
And people really thought, wow, okay.
Before that, I was like, he faked an injury before Revolution just to get the drop on Swerve. Not even to do anything important. He just wanted to attack Swerve before the pay-per-view.
God damn it. You know what just made me think? He's gonna fuck up that world title match.
Shit.
And I'm like, only because they're both big baby faces going into that match. The only way to not have either of them look weak heading into the big show, like to really just keep them on par, is to have Hangman fuck it up.
The only way I would dig that is if Hangman basically helps Swerve get the win to keep the belt on Swerve because he wants to take the belt from Swerve.
Right. And that would work. And it does nothing. It doesn't discredit Ospreay because he's Ospreay and he just got screwed and he's still a champion.
Yeah, because I thought after the promo on Wednesday, if they're going to do something like that, they're going to involve the Don Callis family.
That could, that could. Shit, maybe Hangman comes back and joins Don Callis.
Callis.
They replace Ospreay and add Hangman.
Or Callis comes out and has the screwdriver from last year at Forbidden Door, and he just puts it on the apron, and Swerve is the one that uses it because Ospreay doesn't want to win that way.
Well, yeah, because you know he's trying to be all high and mighty now, but now using a tiger driver and all that shit right now. So yeah. Damn. So many twists and turns. All I know is I do not see this match ending in a happy way. There's too many outside factors right now that could play into that, especially with them. Let's be real. They're basically the top two baby faces in AEW right now. And it wouldn't make sense with both of them being at the height they are right now in the company to lose and just decide. I mean, obviously competition, of course, but like something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. There's no way.
We get a rundown for next week's Dynamite, as it's going to be Swerve and Ospreay versus Gates of Agony on the show. We get a look at next week's Collision, which will feature Deonna Purrazzo versus Hikaru Shida in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Like I said before, we're not going to review next week's Collision because it's Forbidden Door weekend. Who do you got in that one, Deonna or Shida?
Oh, Shida, of course. She's making a return. Purrazzo probably won't get screwed by Thunder Rosa since Thunder said it's not over.
That's a good point. I was going to say Deonna for the win, but that is a good point about Thunder Rosa. I think Deonna wins only to set up Deonna and Mariah May. And Mariah May gets May gets both her wins back because I think she's lost only to Deonna and Saraya. And she gets both wins back on her way to the finals.
But Shida would mean more, though, because Shida is the one who came in as champion last year at Wembley and is the only multiple-time champion. So she'll have like a bigger win beating Shida than it would Mariah May beating Purrazzo. In my opinion.
That's true. That's also true. Then we had the main event, AEW International Championship up for grabs. Will Ospreay defending against Brian Cage. And these two men went at it right at the bell with Cage jumping Ospreay to start, tossing him away with a head scissors attempt. Ospreay low bridge Cage and then hit a plancha to the floor. After the commercial break, Ospreay fought out of a bear hug and hit an insecurity on Brian Cage using his athleticism and his quickness. He hit the pit Cheerio, phenomenal forearm for a near fall. As we see Daniel Garcia backstage watching the matchup, Ospreay backdropped out of a storm. Cage backdropped out of a Stormbreaker attempt, leading to Cage dumping Ospreay with a big old German suplex. Ospreay reversed a powerbomb into a Hurricane Rana into the corner. He hit a forearm off the top rope, and after several reversals, Cage hit a big drop kick on Ospreay out of midair as he went for an Os cutter. Cage went for a discus lariat, but Ospreay flipped through and hit a sit-out powerbomb. Cage eventually caught Ospreay in midair, hitting a F5 with ease. Ospreay tried to fire up and caught Cage with a pair of scorpion kicks, but Cage laid him out with a big lariat. Then he hit a pair of power bombs for a near fall. Ospreay maneuvered out of a power bomb into a DDT. Cage caught Ospreay on a handspring for a German suplex, but then Ospreay floated over, rolled onto his feet and hit a big hidden blade for a near fall. Cage powered Ospreay to the corner and then caught Ospreay with a Gamengiri. Ospreay snuck Cage's head into the corner with a cheeky Nando's. Cage cut off a Hurricane Rana and hit this sick-looking, like, twisting power slam off the second rope for a near fall, and where Ospreay nearly landed on his head on that one. Cage turned him inside out with a lariat, sent him up top, but Ospreay hit a Hurricane Rana like he was looking for. Ospreay got caught with a forearm, but then he hit a stun Slumdog Millionaire, a Poison Rana, and then an Os Cutter for a near fall. He got the near fall and then immediately took his arm pad off, hit the him blade. 1, 2, 3. Will Ospreay picks up the victory in a great main event matchup here. Ospreay always delivered. His bar for matches in AEW seems about 4 stars, and this was a little bit even better than that. I thought this was a really great match, and probably the best match I've seen from Brian Cage all year. What did you think?
Come on, of course. Did you see what he's been doing? That's not even hard. Pause. I love his gear, his King gear from Tekken 8. That was pretty dope. Again, this Will Ospreay, man. He's one of those wrestlers that can, what they say, they can wrestle a broomstick. He's so fucking good. I think he gave Cage his best match in AEW. So honestly, I really want to go back and really think about all the great matches Cage has had. It's not really that many. It just sucks because again, this is one of those things it does nothing for Cage. What is he gonna do after this? Go back to being a third string Jabroni trios team. But yes, keep Ospreay strong. Dope main event. The highlight of the show for me, outside of Jeff Jarrett's promo, Big Match Willie delivers again.
Yes, indeed. Frantic World saying Will versus Brian was like a pay-per-view match. It was very good. We also got Christopher Kidd talking about that Cheetah Deanna match scene. There's so many woman stories happening in AEW. It's incredible for sure. Alex Powell saying Ospreay's international title run has been killer. Can't wait for him versus Ricochet at Wembley. And I also hope his match against Ricochet is the opener for Wembley. Yeah, that would be an electric opener. That's when the crowd's going to be at the highest. Yes. Oh man, I really hope they save MJF for another day. Give me Will versus Ricochet. I'd much rather that match for Wembley than MJF going for the international title. It just feels wrong. That's what
MJF is literally, he should not be going for a secondary title. I'm sorry. He's not that, I won't say he's not that guy, but he is basically one of their biggest stars in the company. He's going to, especially with Wembley being a big stage, it should be no less than that world title. I don't know how they work around it, seeing that he's not in the tournament. Unless he's the wild card, I don't freaking know. We'll see.
We shall see. But that brings us to a close on another edition of Collision Discourse, reviewing AEW Collision. Sound off in the live chat and final call for super chat donations. We've been telling you all about Collision. We give you this great content. Send a super chat donation before we close things off here, please, if you will. But let us know as well whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. Out of 10, what did you give the show? Your MVP, LVP, and match of the night. For me, it's just JJ. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle in 3, 2, 1. I'm going to go thumbs in the middle. JJ goes thumbs up out of 10. What did you give the show?
Because I put it at a 6. So
I had it at 6.5, but it just feels like the Collision in AEW bar is 7. 7 out of 10 and up is thumbs up for me, and anything below 7, I'm gonna give it a thumbs in the middle. It could be a 5.5 through a 6.5. I will put that a thumbs in the middle. If it's below 5.5, it's a thumbs down. But I gave this show a 6.5. It was very uneventful.
Yeah. Well, I'd say the first hour of this was brutal. Not good. It really was not that good.
No.
Until towards the end of the show with the Jarrett promo and then obviously the Ospreay cage match. That was the last hour. Well, the last 40, 45 minutes of the show. It was that tag match took me out of it, to be honest. Obviously, I watched the whole thing because this is what we do. We review. But yeah, it was brutal. It was brutal. But that promo about Jeff Jarrett and that main event, and even the women's tag match was pretty cool. So I won't fully shit on it, but 6 out of 10.
Yeah, this was very much a sluggish edition of Collision. This very much felt like a taped edition of Collision, for sure.
Yes.
For sure. It just felt very sluggish, very lifeless. So yeah, I give it a thumbs in the middle, 6.5 out of 10. No, I'll match you. Say 6 out of 10. We'll keep it on the same buck. It's 6 out of 10. Thumbs in the middle. Match of the night, obviously, Ospreay.
Yeah, come on.
MVP. MVP, you know what? I'm gonna agree with Power Driver Finisher.
Yeah, I'm about to
Jeff
say the same
Jarrett.
thing. It's Jeff Jarrett.
And, LVP for the show, I'm gonna say, unfortunately, Ultimo Guerrero's mask
I'm about to say I
and
had
Christian and the Learning Tree.
I had Iron Savages and Ultimo Guerrero. Man, he was wrestling Okada and his mask. Handicap match.
And he was losing. He was losing bad.
Badly.
Iron Savages is a nice shout as well. Alex Powell agrees. But that brings us to a close on another edition of Collision Discourse. JJ, let everyone know where they can follow you on social media, when they'll see you again.
You can follow me before I go black and deactivate all my social accounts. Instagram, Hacksaw_J_Duggan. Twitter, SoberGuyJJ. I gotta change it because I'm not even sober. I think something wrong with myself. Facebook, my name is my name. If you know my name, you can add me. If you don't, then yeah, you don't. I will be back. I will more likely be here for. Well, no, I won't. Cause I'll probably go into the show. Never mind. I will not be here for the watch along for Forbidden Door. But if I decide not,
next Monday.
Yeah, if I decide not to go, it might be 50-50 depending on how I feel, and go on court and shit. I might join the watch along and probably the review. Since we won't be doing Collision Discourse, that could be my. I'll just show up for the review because I ain't missing Forbidden Door. True Hill Heat everywhere: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Tees. I forget the Pro Wrestling Tees. True Hills. We have For Your Wear. Am I right? Right. Yep.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
And yeah, man, True Hill Heat, beat your meat. Nut Huggers Unanimous. Nut Huggers Unite. Everywhere in sight.
You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. Follow the gang, like he said, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, True Hill Heat, patreon.com/True Hill Heat, $3 a month. Get your exclusive content. That's the best way to support us when we're not here. And check out all the great content we got on the channel right now, like the flagship podcast 282 from this past Saturday, and where we asked who had the better WWE debut, Joe Hendry, Jacob Fatu, or the Wyatt Six. Go in the comments and let us know, and then badmouth the people who are just being e-drones and complaining that we're too negative. Also, if you like AEW content, check out AE Ramble 151, Hit List and Hit Row, our review of Dynamite from last week. And check out the ladies, Stephanie Hypes and Miss Chrissy Love, with Servant Face and Heels, talking the latest in women's wrestling. But thank you so much to Just JJ. Thank you so much to everyone in the chat. Remember to drop the thumbs up on the video. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of AEW Collision this week. But until next time, this has been Collision Discourse number 34 for the June 22nd, 2024 edition of AEW Collision. We are signing off until next time.